And now we're going to take the template again, line it up on the center line of the center block, and fit the side in, and make sure that it lines up with the template on the outside. And then I'm going to mark where the center block edge hits the side. Now, using that as a guide, I'm then going to mark on the side at the bottom where the center line crosses it. I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. And now we have the point where the two sides will meet. Then I'm just going to cut those off with a coping saw. And then I'm going to take some 150 grit sandpaper, and I'm going to sand the edges of that bottom joint to where they're a good, perfect fit. Make sure you keep them nice and square. Just keep adjusting them till you get a really good fit. Then just double check that fit up against the center block. Make sure your sides fit together and that they're seated well against the block. And now that you have that, you can put the bottom up against the line of the center line and mark where the top of the side meets the neck. Cut that excess off with a coping saw. And now a couple of the blocks that we had cut out of the center block there for the top cutaways, you may be able to use those when you go to clamp this in. You're going to need a little extra block to protect the bottom. And then we're going to apply some wood glue. And note here that I'm actually only going to do one half. I'm doing one side at a time. I'm not gluing up the whole center block board here. So I've got some little scrap pieces of wood to hold the bottom in place. Make sure you're lined up on your center line, that you're flush with the top of the center block. Then I'm going to use one of the long bar clamps with a wood block at the top. And now I've got the bottom part of the side glued in. Wipe off any excess glue there. And then go ahead and glue up the top section at the cutaway. Again, it's kind of an awkward curve to clamp, and you can use whatever scrap wood you can salvage to make that work. And because of the difficulty in that clamping, I just do one side at a time. And once the first side's dried, we'll remove the clamps and glue up the second side. Here again, I'm using a little piece of scrap wood to make that cutaway clamp in a little easier. And now with the other side already attached, again, it makes that clamping there at the top a little more difficult. And now that's secured. We're going to move to the bottom. Here, not only do we need to make sure that we get it square and secure to the center block, but we also have that joint with the other side that we have to get flush. So make sure you push those together really well and that you've got a nice snug fit there.